Welcome back to the channel. In this August seller update, we're covering 3 important changes that could affect your account performance, catalog compliance, and international selling strategy. Let's break them down. In the first one, we're going to talk about contribution rights transparency. I'm going to show you an example. Let's take a look. I have a listing here. Everything looks normal, but as you scroll down, you see that the bullets are in Swedish. Now, this is an Amazon US store, so obviously you do not want to have Swedish bullets in your product listing. Let's say you want to fix it. You go into edits and you get this weird name conflicting contribution where it's trying to tell you that it needs to be Duracleared, which is a brand name, then 10 by 15 centimeter acrylic magnetic photo cube frame. Now 10 by 15, that's the European metric standard. We use inches in the US. And you scroll down, you see that the US bullets are in here, but the contribution bullets are showing Swedish. Now this is a classic case of a contribution issue with your product listing. And what's happening here is the title is it's contributing over the US title from the UK, and we have the Swedish bullets contributing the bullet in the US over the US contribution. That's why you have the Swedish bullets that's being on the front, showing on the front end, but yet the bullets in the back end are what we are US and are just American bullets, and the bullets we want to show on the US marketplace. Now, when you try to figure out who or what account has your contribution rights, you can easily find out with this new seller support system they built in. What you want to do is go into support, click on title, description, and bullets update, put in your ASIN, and then it'll tell you that you are the winning contributor for this ASIN, and you need to go through this account or this merchant token to make the update. So now you can know whether you need to go to a European account, you need to go to Australian account, or whatever account to make this update. And let's go into your business information where you can find all your merchant token. As you can see here, ending in LVC is my Australian account. And that means if I want to make that update, correct the title and the bullet information on the US listing, I need to go into my Australian account and create the same listing and update it to the information that I need for the US marketplace. And that will fix the contribution issue on the US marketplace. Now, why is the Australian marketplace overriding the US marketplace contribution? I have no idea. We don't sell in Australia, but sometimes when you have multiple accounts selling the same ASIN, multiple people creating or just trying to make updates, sometimes it's just the contribution goes all over the place and it just gets all messed up. But now, instead of going through each marketplace and creating a new listing and hoping that it fixes the issue, Amazon seller support tells you what merchant token you need to go and edit and which merchant token essentially has your contribution rights. So that's really, really helpful. That's the first update. Next one will be the new seller feedback system that's launching on August 4th. Let's see, let me read this update here. On August 4th, we'll be launching a simplified experience for customers to provide feedback on you as a seller. Customers can now provide star-only ratings without written feedback, in addition to the option to provide written feedback if they choose. Our preliminary test shows that it's a simpler process, which will help sellers collect more ratings faster. We also found that in our tests, many of these stars-only ratings come from customers who have a positive order experience, but previously did not provide written feedback, which in turn may lead to an increase in average seller rating for many selling partners. Customers will be required to select a reason before they can submit any rating below 4 stars. We'll review this reason to ensure it meets the seller feedback eligibility criteria. For example, if a customer leaves a low rating because they are dissatisfied with the product, will automatically omit it because it is not relevant to your performance as a seller. We'll also implement solutions that allows us to automatically detect and remove abusive feedback without any action required from you. If you believe a rating with or without feedback is abusive, you can always request additional review through Report a Violation tool. Basically, now you don't need to go to the seller feedback page or dashboard to manually request bad reviews to be struck through. Amazon's saying that they're going to only have a star system, and where anything besides a 5-star rating will have to provide a reason, and then that will automatically trigger probably some automated AI response to see if it qualifies as a valid performance rating or not. So this is actually, it saves some time. We don't have to go through the seller feedback page anymore and manually request reviews, like negative reviews, to be struck through. I guess it just simplifies it a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. But seller feedback page is going to be gone because this is going to be a new automated system. All right, finally, the third update are for sellers in Europe. If you are selling in Europe, you have inventory in any given European country, let's say UK or Germany. Now you will need to update all your COO, which is country of origin information for your products, if you want your products in a certain country to be shipped to another EU country. Let's go into this update. Actually, I'm not going to read it all. I'll just tell you what this is about. Basically, you have to have all your COO updated in your product listing, which is where the product is from. So if it's made in China, it'll be China. Made in US, then it'll be USA. If your inventory is in UK, for example, and your customer is in the UK, let's say someone from UK buys your FBA inventory in the UK, then this doesn't matter to you. But let's say you have your listing that pushes offers to the rest of Europe from the UK, and someone in France wants to buy a product that you have inventory of in the UK, then you will need to have your COO listed for that product to be sold to that customer in France. So if it's within the same country, like the inventory and the customer, it doesn't matter. But if your inventory is in another country and your customer is in another country, a different country, then you would have to have that COO listed. And if you're selling in Europe, they're all basically right next to each other. You want to take advantage of basically having contribution of your offers to all the nearby countries, so you maximize your sales. So I think it's definitely very helpful to go in there and update all of them. There is a new download section, right? Category listings report. Check it out. It's really useful because I've always been looking for a page I can download all my existing listing information. Like imagine bulk sheets, right? You usually have to go download a blank template bulk sheet. But now if you use this category listings report and you download this from the inventory report section, then you would have basically a pre-filled bulk sheet of all your existing listings. And when you go in there, you can see all these missing fields that could help with your ranking, because sometimes things get removed, or you forgot to fill in like what the voltage is or the item length, or like there's a lot of different values you can add in that makes your product more descriptive. And when you download this category listings report, it shows you all the ones that are blank, and you can go in there and fill it out. And you can also fill out your COO in the bulk sheet and re-upload it. So it's super convenient. It's great for optimizing and seeing what fields you have that are missing or maybe incorrect, and you can just quickly re-upload it. It's just an amazing tool I found while going through this COO requirement update. But yeah, that's another. That's great information on itself. Just the category listing report. But anyways, that wraps it up for this month's Amazon Seller Update. Drop a comment if you have any questions or want to dive deeper in any of these topics. Perhaps even the category listings report. That one was an amazing tool to have to know. But don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss next month's Seller Update. I'll love to see you then, and I can't wait for the next one. Thank you.